My name is McElvaney. I'm the co-founder of Learning Pool. We're an online learning provider. I co-founded Learning Pool 4 years ago with Mary McKenna, who's my business partner, and we still run the company today. The Learning Pool is based in Derry in Northern Ireland. We provide e-learning content, platforms and tools to local authorities. When Learning Pool started, we were a tech startup, the same as every other tech startup out there. So we had no customers, no products, and certainly no cash. And all we really had at the early days was a good story and a big vision. So we never really had any cash to start with, and when we started spending money on products and hiring people and all of that sort of stuff, that cash became a really big problem really, really fast. We're quite lucky at Learning Pool because my business partner and co-founder is an accountant, so she was able to articulate what the cash flow issue was going to be and how we could do that juggling act to fix the very, very short-term cash flow problems. I think a lot of companies, when they run into cash problems, they sort of stop, but we decided we wouldn't do that. Our business plan was all about growing the company at the time, and we knew that if we stopped growing the company, we would miss the opportunity, or we would falter in a different way. The most important thing that we did, I think, in the very early stages was that we were honest with ourselves and with the people around the business who were impacted by the shortage of cash. And the second thing we did was we didn't panic. It's quite easy to panic when you've got acute cash flow issues and the phone's ringing with people who are looking to be paid and you're trying to spend money. But we didn't panic, and we kept our heads down, we kept executing against the business plan, and we made it happen in the short term. Learning about how important it is to manage cash, to understand how the invoicing cycle works, and to keep on top of all of that was a really big learn for me. And it wasn't easy, but it was something that was a really invaluable skill to get your head around. And you also learn to become really resilient. So the trick is not to panic. I think if we were back at the start and we were doing this again, we would create a solution for our bank. We went to our bank at the start with a whole series of problems, with a whole series of things that they didn't understand, and we asked them to fix it for us. When we made some successes here, we went to a bank with all of that stuff that they didn't perhaps want to see, but we explained that to them until they understood what we were doing, and we gave them a solution that they could go off and make happen. Preparing for problems is the thing that nobody wants to do, but I think when you're an early stage company, you have to do it. The problems that you know about are the ones that you can fix. The problems that hit you from left field are the ones that really hurt you. The things that we've done specifically around ensuring that we don't run out of cash are that we've got a contingency fund available from our bank, and that will give us 4 to 6 weeks cash. The other part of that, I think, is that we've got a really good relationship with our bank, so that on the days when we do have a cash issue, the bank are flexible to that. We also monitor our cash flow very well. Whenever Learning Pool had acute cash flow issues, we did daily cash flows. Our cash flow situation is not quite as bad as it used to be now, so now we do weekly cash flows, which still takes up a lot of time, but we think it's worth it because this is such a crucial issue. So my top tips for anyone who needs to manage their cash flow are, firstly, be aware. Be aware that you're going to have a cash flow problem and when it's going to hurt you the most. The second one is to be proactive. Be proactive with your customers about getting paid. My third tip is to be honest. So if you've got a supplier who you owe money to and you are not going to be able to pay them next week as agreed, it's better to have that conversation with them to agree a plan whereby they will be paid in 2 weeks or 3 weeks. Your supplier is never going to be happy with that because you wouldn't be either. But at least if they know, then they've got visibility. I think when you're starting up a business, you can pretty much guarantee that cash is going to be a big problem sooner or later. So I think it's wise to get over that yourself and just go and make some plans for how you're going to fix it.